Now that you know, though, what you're fighting for, you're fighting for the kingdom of God, the advancement of God, the glory of God. You're fighting for others, your brothers in arms here, your honor, your family name, your children, your grandchildren, your wife, whatever it is. When you realize what you're fighting for and you realize who is lined up against you and what you're fighting against, it's important then to know that all of the fighting leads to somewhere. It all leads to becoming the man that God meant for you to be before you even took your first breath. This is such an incredible thing. God knew who you were, knit you together perfectly in your mother's womb before you made that first breath into this world. God designed you with great purpose. God has made you to be a part of his advancement, his kingdom. He wants you in this fight. This is a worthwhile thing that when you become the man that God meant for you to be, he has work for you to do, and it will be helping you to live out all of the things that we said that we're fighting for. You are needed, man. Here's how we answer this here. The answer of what I think it means to become the man that God meant for you to be is that you become a man of honor, that you become a man who has integrity in his private and public life, a man who keeps his commitments to God and to others. Think about that. Are you a man of honor? And if you're not full of integrity, if you're not a guy that keeps his commitments, imagine if you could become that. This is a fight worth taking on, right? That you would be a man of honor, that you would be a man, number two, of discipline, a man who does the hard right things over the easy wrong things every time. Imagine becoming a man like that, a man that gets up early, a man that reads his scriptures, prays, that fights for his family, that fights against the temptations that are all around him, the temptation to abandon God and just think it's all about you, the temptation to look at things that you know are destroying your heart, destroying relationships, a man who's disciplined with his eating and with his words and on and on. Imagine if you could become a man of discipline. Imagine if you could become a man of strength, a man who is strong spiritually, a man who is strong mentally, emotionally, relationally, you're strong. Sexually, you're strong. Imagine if you're a man who could use those things that you become strong at, that God has made you strong at, for God's glory and for serving others. That is the essence of manhood right there, that you would serve out of strength. Imagine if you could become a man of joy, a man who isn't mirroring everybody's freaked out emotions because you're just stable and steady. You're a man who is content, who is happy, who is full of joy in the Lord, that no matter what you go through, you realize that the worst that can happen is this side of heaven, and he who has started a good work in you will finish it. There's joy even in sorrow of this world, even in pain, even in suffering. In fact, to be a godly man means that you will suffer. Yet in suffering, you can be a man of strength and discipline and honor and even a man of joy. These are the things that we are trying to become. This is a fight worth getting into, and that's why we say, get in the fight. Get in the fight. Become the kind of man that God meant for you to be. And again, what is that? Honor, discipline, strength, and joy. So quick review for you here as we wrap up. It's important that you answer the basic questions, that you understand the basic elements of what it means to fight, what it means to get in the fight. It means that you answer the question of what am I fighting, or who am I fighting for? I fight for God. I fight for his glory. I fight for his advancement, his kingdom, his will be done, that we fight for him first, that we fight for our family, that we become the man of honor, discipline, strength, and joy because of the people that God has put into our lives, our wives, our children, our grandchildren, our honor, our legacy.